AI image generation with a twist. Hello my friends, and how are you doing? Today we're going to check out the Higgsfield image generation model called Soul. It looks pretty cool and has a trick up its sleeve. Also, don't forget to sign up to my newsletter where you get free tutorials and goodies. Link is below. Let's get started here. So when we are on the Higgsfield website, you can see here the Soul model. There's a lot of categories up here. There's a lot of beautiful images you can find here. They might look like other stuff you can find out on the internet. I will not disagree with that assessment. However, I want to show you something like, for example, this here. This is a trick that's very hard to do with any other image generation engine. I'm going to show you some comparisons. And of course, I also, as the hacker man, have some tricks up my sleeve. So I'm going to show you how to generate something similar with other engines. Well, you can also do stuff like that with this kind of like 360 camera extreme fish eye effect or something like that, which is kind of raunchy, but it's also very beautiful and a very cool trick. But I'm also going to show you how to create that kind of thing. And this kind of like selfie shot, fashion shot, which is closer to the head, interesting perspective, really cool, or something like that. Now this is more special. This is harder to create with this kind of like giant woman. This is of course like an image trick you would do afterwards in Photoshop, but here you can do it in Higgsfield, which is pretty amazing, or something like that with the shoe in the background. Now that is really hard to create. I didn't figure out how to do that with any other engine. So that is pretty cool. And of course, as you can imagine, most of these shots are going to go into the direction of actually fashion photography. But if you're an Instagrammer or any kind of other social influencer who needs cool content, this might be the way to go. Now the question here is, how are they actually doing that? How do they get these amazing results here? Well, down here, it's actually behind me, there is this recreate button. You don't need to see that. It's just a button that says recreate. Let's click on that. And this kind of reveals the magic here, because down here we have a very long prompt in here. This is why I'm not going to show the prompts today, because they're really long and very detailed. The one thing here is you have this field down here, and this is where the magic happens, because when you click here on change, you will get this. And you will realize all these cool effects, these kind of graphic designs with the background, these kind of crazy camera perspectives and other stuff that is happening here. All of these are specifically trained LoRa, specifically trained effects to create that specific effect. For example, here, fish eye with the close-up of the head, stuff like that, or this kind of like image effect here with the ripped photo in the middle. Or here you have office beach. So we have a beautiful woman lying on the beach working on a computer in office clothing, stuff like that. It's pretty specific. There we have the 360 cam style, but because of that also you get a pretty consistent result. As you can see here with the images that I have generated, it always is that position. It always has that shoe in the background. We go down here, you see that perspective. Again, every image looks exactly as you would expect from that with this kind of leg perspective. So that is very, very good. And here we have the selfie shot also. Again, very repeatable results, which is good, because if you want to do this professionally, you have to be fast, you have to be effective, you have to be high quality results. And this is what provides that. Here we have the fish eye perspective. Here we have this kind of like artsy effect in here. Here we have the lady at the beach working on her computer, if you need that for some kind of advertisement. Of course, you can then also prompt that and change that in the prompt. However, what you can also do here is to generate videos from that. So when you have an image like this, you can click down here on video, and this will go over to the video generation, where you also have a lot of models that do specific camera movements. You can write a prompt down here. Let's click here on change for the model, and you can see here we have a lot of different effects, a lot of different animations, camera movements, actions in here that you can use to combine that with the image you have created. There's the new models you see, like where the camera is flying out, zooming out, so you reveal the earth, stuff like that, or this kind of roll transition, stuff you would usually do with a lot of experience and skill in your camera and then also in the editing software. Now you can do it with AI. I should maybe show you an image, a video that I've created here. So here you can see we have this kind of selfie shot, and As you can see, it works pretty good. It looks very, very nice. The rotation of the camera, the way he is turning around is really very lifelike and beautiful. So that is very, very good. And here, for example, we have the lady at the beach also looking really nice. Look at that water that is moving around. So that is also very, very good. Really like these results. However, let's talk about the image generation. For example, with Midjourney, if you have the same prompt and you write very low camera frontal, you actually get a very similar shot with a very similar angle. Also, this depends on the ratio you're using, but as you can see, you can get something similar to that. However, for the other images you want to create, what I would suggest to use that you use an image as an input, which means as a image prompt and then also the long prompt that is written. However, because on Midjourney you can't adjust the strength of the image prompt, it is also having elements of the image prompt in here. So in my case, I used a photo that I created myself with my X5 from Insta360. And because of that, there's a lot of grass in there, and that also made it over into the final image. And basically the same thing is true for Krea, where you have also an image input. As you can see here, image input, you have the prompt. In this case, I can adjust how strong the image input is supposed to be. And then also I can generate some pretty amazing results. So let's go to the comparison that I've created for you. So here we have the results created by these different engines. And here we have Higgsfield Soul, and you can see very beautiful where she's holding these two cameras in her hands. And then you also have these little sketches on there that makes it more of an Instagram shot. So that is pretty cool. You might have to re-roll a little bit because as you can see here, in this case, the fingernails are not perfect. And also the cameras, the left camera I would buy, the right camera, maybe, not quite sure. Now here we have the same result created with Midjourney with an image input. That's the important thing, because without the image input, you can forget about getting anything like that, because that camera perspective, that camera trick is kind of unknown to Midjourney. But the result, as I have to say here, is pretty good, even though the cameras completely don't work, but you might be able to replace that in Photoshop afterwards. However, here we have Krea Flux, which, well, it didn't do the complete thing, but we have the hands very close to the camera, so that's not too bad. And then we have two cameras in there, and here it's probably kind of like easy to replace that with actual cameras and just like place them over that in the hands. Here we have another thing, because ChatGPT Sora couldn't do that also, I didn't include it in the first example, but here we have Higgsfield Soul with that girl sitting in her bedroom. The blue light is beautiful. It looks really nice. Also the details really good. So the Higgsfield Soul model is very good in this kind of like very realistic photographic style where you wouldn't necessarily expect that this is an AI image. So this is an image where I would say it looks the least AI because everything works out and the skin looks good and everything looks good. However, here we have the Midjourney version, which looks more vintage because these are supposed to be 70s, 80s vintage images. And here I also would say I would buy it. Mostly the stuff in the background, maybe, I mean, her room is very, very dirty, so that's maybe a little bit over the top, but the rest of it actually works really well. However, here we have Krea Flux, and this is again with the image input. I use the image from Higgsfield as an input to get the same kind of blue style. Again, I would say it turned out very well. Now, I don't personally see using the image as an input as cheating or as a trick, because the Higgsfield Soul model is using a LoRa for that. So they're also tricking. They're not just using the original thing. So I can use tricks too. If I want to have something, I can of course use it as an input. So here we have in this case ChatGPT Sora creating that. And I would say that's also very, very, very good. Now here it's easy to spot that this is AI just because on the way it looks, it's a little bit tiny, little bit plasticky, and it has this kind of specific Sora look to it. But the details, the precision, everything is just very, very wonderful. Anyways, let's go to the next thing here. Again, Higgsfield Soul. Now here, I want you to pay attention specifically to the optical effect we have through the water, through the bowl. Now this is something you basically have to train in a LoRa or in this kind of like effect that Soul is using here to have that magnifying effect that is really hard to get. And because of that, when we look here at Midjourney, we do have a kind of like disturbed kind of face here here. It looks like it's stretched, it looks like it's magnified, but actually it's not really. Because the reason I'm saying that is when you look at the body and then at the face, you realize that the face isn't any bigger. It's kind of like the nose and the lips are bigger, but the head has the same size as it would have, and also kind of looks like the head is inside of the fishbowl. Here we have the same thing with Flux with a very strong image input, and it almost is there. It has this kind of like getting like blurry to the side and then being focused in the middle. Again, we have the same problem where it's just not stretching the face. The face isn't bigger, the lens effect just isn't there. And then we have here ChatGPT Sora, which created a really beautiful image, but it's just, I mean, here completely the head is just in the bowl. There is no lens effect whatsoever, but it still is really, really beautiful. Anyways, here we have the next thing, Higgsfield Soul with this kind of fish eye effect. I have to say, the details are very good. The face and the hair is very crisp, and also down to the foot, all of the details are very crisp. Even the floor down there, and it's kind of like fish eye bending. It looks amazing. These lures actually work. These lures actually create results. Here we have the same thing with Midjounrey, similar to what I showed you before. This again is with the image input from the image that I have taken, but you can find similar images online and then just use them as an input. And I would say this also looks very convincing as a result here, although in here we have a lot of grass because of my input image. The one thing I would say with Midjounrey is I always had problems with the details of the face. There is not much details, there's not much crispness in there. However, here we have Flux, which worked out very well. Beautiful details, nice and crisp and sharp. The face is visible. The fisheye perspective works, but again, because we have the image input, we get this grass on the side, of course. And then we have here ChatGPT Sora, which was an absolute surprise to me. I did not expect that this would work so well with everything in here. Again, how crisp it is. Look at the shoes, look at the trousers, look at the hair up there. All of that works good. However, one thing I have to point out here, I don't really believe the fisheye, even though it looks pretty close. It's just like a little bit too like strange, and how it is connected. This is not actual fisheye. And then also it's not completely round. So I wouldn't buy that. You maybe have to re-roll a little bit more often. Now I have to say, overall, I'm really surprised at the quality that Higgsfield Soul can generate. However, the one thing that I'm questioning myself is, what if you want to create something and they don't have a LoRa for that? They don't have that specific trick for that. What are you going to do then? Where are the results coming from? And the interesting thing here is, if I use Midjounrey, if I use Flux, I can use input images on my own and then get results that are similar. Not always, as you've seen. Sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes the thing that Soul is doing is better. But on the other hand, with Flux, you can easily create LoRa's, and they are very sticky to the input. So that might still work, but you still have to find these input images and train the LoRa. So there's some extra work there. Yeah, well, let me know what you think in the comments if you enjoy this kind of thing, and test it out because it's free. And I'm also going to test it out on my live stream on Sunday. So check that out and subscribe to my newsletter. It's going to be really amazing. And we're going to have some really cool goodies. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed that, and see you soon. Bye.